Welcome to another episode of the Bertol Podcast. So we have here today an alpha woman energy. I love this. She is a TV host, TV events host, Binibining Pilipinas Grand International 2016, one of the country's most respected pageant hosts and personalities, Nicole Cordoves.
Ako po nagsulat na intro na yun.
Charot! Alam niyo ba, sabi ko, kailangan ko ilagay lahat ng credentials mo dito kasi ang ganda ng credentials mo.
Hindi ko pa rin alam kung anong website mo nabasa yan, Dani. Pero thank you so
Secret.
much.
At least alam mo ganyan ang ano sa'yo. They really put you in high regard and as kailangan talaga, as it should. Diba? Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having me. I'm a bit nervous because it's been a while since I was the
ikaw
one being
lagi
interviewed.
nag-host.
Yeah.
Oo
So
nga.
ito, total let go of control, but I'm excited for the chikahan.
I know. I'm so excited because when Kat was here, she kept talking about you talaga. She kept saying to have you here, na ang sarap mo din kausap. So sabi ko, okay, we need to have her here. And I'm so glad you're finally here.
Hype girl talaga si Kat.
I just nalaman ko lang ngayon that you're managing a pageant.
Oh, yes.
How did that come about muna pala? Like, when you were offered this, because it's a huge responsibility.
It is.
When you were offered, first of all, I'm sure it was like, thank you! Diba? Yun yung na-feel mo. But what are the other emotions you felt when they said, for the first time, sumali ka dati, and then ngayon you're managing a pageant?
Yeah, actually, I turned down the offer twice previously kasi they've been offering it to me like 2 years ago pa.
Wow.
But I'm not the type of person kasi to do anything half-baked.
Yeah.
If I know that I cannot work on it fully, like hindi ko mabigay yung buong oras ko, and may mga kailangan pa ako matutunan about it, I reject the offer. Because
I love
feeling
that.
ko all my life, yung credibility, yung binibuild ko in every work or career that I do, especially since my motto is like, there's no job too small.
I
A
love
racket
that.
is a racket.
Yes.
Lalagariin natin yan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Diba?
Oo.
Pero you have to always, parang siguro yung alpha woman energy is how do I outshine everyone once I step into a role? How do I do things differently? I won't just do it just cause. Na
Yes.
parang, yung pinaka pet peeve ko is yung ilalagay mo sa bio mo pero you're just a figurehead.
Oo,
You
face
know?
ka lang, pero wala ka talaga ginagawa.
Yes. And all this time, when I went through the journey of becoming pageant director, they were like, Nicole, di namin akalain na you would actually do so much.
Na-involved ka
Oo,
talaga.
we were just expecting you to be the face.
Oh my God.
Oo, pero
Yun nga yung ayaw mo.
Yun
Oh
yung
my
ayaw
gosh.
ko. So I formed like a digital team, may documentary team also. Like, how can we do pageants differently? And how has the landscape changed from when I joined back in 2016?
Yeah.
How can it be more relatable to people? Diba? Kasi ngayon parang I feel like a lot of pageants are also, hindi na nila gets talaga kung ano yung kailangan nila marinig from the candidates, what they need to speak out on, what they need to represent.
Yeah.
Kasi before, and it was the times before, so I don't blame them for it. Pero we were pretty boxed.
Yes.
Especially with the pageant fans, so you can't act this way.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
kaya
yeah.
ngayon yung parang, oh, Nicole, she's too outspoken. I get
Kasi queen ang
comments like
tingin
that.
sa'yo, parang ano ka lang
Oo,
dapat.
demure ka
Demure ka
lang.
lang.
Oo ka. You're the binibini, diba? Pero, these ladies are amazing and they can offer so much as candidates to your brand in pageants as well. And they are the ones talaga who would define the crown.
Yes.
Hindi
Yes.
yung crown yung magbibigay sa kanila ng
Yeah.
kung anong role man. Kasi kahit na, kung wala sa heart nila, kahit na ipilit mo yung advocacy na pinupush ng pageant mo, wala rin, di ba? So you have to, parang I really wanted to build this pageant that will be a platform for them to be able to build themselves
Yeah.
and create the person that they want to be for others.
Yes.
Which I feel like I didn't really get much space on before. And I feel like my Sissy Cat, siya yung nag-break din nun ng boundaries of pageantry. Kaya, di ba sabi nga nila, siya yung binabansagan na, alam mo, natatapos na yung mga pageants after Kat. Like, after her, how do they move on to the next queen?
Yeah.
How do pageants catch
She set
up
a
with the standard
talaga.
that she has set? So, feeling ko kaya ko rin siya sissy kasi we are women who
Pareho
really,
kayong mindset.
we break the box. Like, we don't want to be kept in this box.
Yes.
Sirain natin to. Ganon.
Tsaka kasi yung definition ng queen, kasi diba dapat when you look up to a queen or like say, wow, you're beautiful, it's parang sa akin, beautiful lang ba? Ako kasi sa pageantry ngayon, kulang nga, hindi masyado na showcase ang brains. And matatalino sila.
That's true.
Tingnan mo yung brains that come out of it. You are incredibly smart. Kat is incredibly smart. But sa pageant, sa question and answer portion mo lang nalalaman kung gaano sila katalino. But hindi mo alam pa kung ano pa yung ibubuga nila kasi puro pagandahan talaga.
Yes.
So sabi ko, when I sat down with Kat, I was in awe. I was like, wait, what? Like, she has so much to say about so many things. And I feel like dapat na showcase yon. So I love that you're doing that because you're setting now a standard that this is how ito dapat ang beauty queen. Ganito dapat ang queen. I love that.
Thank you so much for that.
Okay, ito maganda to. Kasi ang first question sa'yo talaga dapat is you've gone from competing on stage to now managing a pageant. So how does it feel to experience both sides of the industry? As a candidate and now a director, like you're managing the entire pageant.
Yeah, actually, I was so excited for this. Even si Kat was giddy about it kasi ang dami naming frustration as pageant girls
Yes,
talaga
I'm
na
sure.
hindi nabigay ng opportunity sa amin na mga gusto naming gawin pero wala dun pa yung resources at that time.
Yeah.
So, ayun, I am still looking for my identity as a pageant director. Kasi I can't go into it as a pageant queen, a beauty queen.
course,
Kasi it's
oo.
not about me.
It's a totally different thing.
Oo. And the point was, it's not about you. You're not the star. You need to be able to shine the light on these candidates. So I approached it in a corporate way.
Oh, wow.
Oo, na talagang ako, let's get the work done. And all my years of kasi I always held a day job, Danny. As in,
talaga?
Ever since? Even nung nag-showtime ako before,
yes,
I
oo
would
nga.
go to work sa Manila Bulletin after.
Oh my
So mag-office pa ako after that and then I'll excuse myself lang kung may hosting jobs ako. And I only went full-time siguro 2-3 years ago.
Oh my God.
Pero ever since,
10
office
taon mo na
ako.
to ginagawa.
10
Ibig sabihin,
taon na.
lagari ka every single time.
Lagari talaga.
Wow.
Feeling ko, 5 bang anak na pinapalaki ko ngayon?
Ikaw bang pinapalaki? Oh my God, isang dosena ba yung anak ko?
Oo.
Ikaw ang tanging ina.
Tanging ina talaga.
Yes, I love that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, iba na to. Ibang level na to. Kasi hindi ka na contestant eh.
Yes.
You're
oo.
managing the pageant, the queens now, yung mga sumasali.
Yes.
And how has that been? Like, how is it lately, the experience?
It was so fulfilling. Kasi I was also very much aware na ayoko yung masyadong makipag-usap muna sa kanila kasi I don't want them to feel na baka favorite siya ni Nicole kaya siya kinakausap.
Okay.
Yung mga
Oo.
ganong things.
And that tends to happen.
Yes. So parang iniisip ko talaga nun, like, paano ko kaya ilulugar sarili ko? No, I'll just work. Even if I don't get close to the candidates ngayon this year, since it's my first year, parang it's fine. As long as I am able to give them the experience that the best experience that they can have in a pageant here in the Philippines. And then nagulat ako after nung prelims, when I asked na parang, can we get a group photo together? They all hugged me na group hug
my
talaga, as in
gosh.
dumog. Na I didn't think they had a connection with me kasi baka puro work lang naman to, di naman kami masyadong pinapansin. Pero yun pala nakita nila yung effort na we really wanted to take care of them.
Yes.
Na kahit na hindi ka manalo sa pageant na to, ang dami nilang memories na maibabalik
Yes, I
when
love
they
that.
go home. So they recognize that pala. And I felt so fulfilled kasi parang, I didn't need to change who I was. Na I just wanted to get in there and do an amazing job, even if parang I need to boss people around. Pero people saw the output, the outcome, and they trusted in that. And then in turn, gave me more responsibilities and space to make more decisions talaga.
Yeah. Ako, I'm curious to know, how has the whole pageantry industry changed you as a person? Kasi ang dami mong pinagdaanan before and sa ngayon, 10 years is a lot of time. And for me, how has that changed you?
You know what? 10 years and nakabangga ko ulit yung mga taong, alam mo yung sinasabi nila before, when you were growing up, na, alam mo, wag mo kaawayin masyado yung mga tao. Kasi kayo-kayo lang din naman magbabanggaan in the end. Kayo rin magkaka-work in the end. The world is so small. Pero at a certain point, you're like, imposible. Parang I meet so many people, ganun. Pero your paths do cross one way or another. And then I meet these people again after 10 years. And then the landscape has changed so much. Lalo na sa pageants, ang daming like power imbalances, power plays. Tapos, there's a lot of, I guess, forgiveness then in that space of time that has passed. And siguro yung I don't know if people realize kasi how toxic pageantry could be.
Ayun nga. That's why sabi ko talaga, Nicole, mag-produce ka na nga ng reality show. Parang kailangan na malaman ng mga tao to.
Yeah, because pageants can really expose the best and worst parts of you. Even the people around you. Kasi you want to present your best self and please so many people at the same time na sometimes talaga nung pageantry days ko parang, am I turning into this monster? Kasi parang napupush ka talaga.
Pressure din.
To be to get to where you want to be at such a limited time. Kasi 2-3 months lang yung pageantry.
Sabi.
So yung learning curve mo parang, wait, nakikita ko itong girl na to, ganito yung sineset niyang standard for herself, ganito niya pinoproject sarili niya, suddenly you have to catch up to that. Diba? So parang imagine yung level of bugbog mo sa sarili mo, sa personality development mo na, why am I not like her?
Yes.
I need to be like her. Yung mga na, hindi naman toxic, learning yon. Pero also, diba, parang dun mo ma-realize na sometimes you just meet these people in a weird context in your life. Na one day, if you're lucky enough to be given the chance to have a better relationship with this person, to have more breathing space and a healthier environment where you meet again this person and you get to see them in a different light, it's actually a very beautiful thing.
Oh.
Na not necessarily na you're gonna welcome them back in your life, pero ikaw din marirealize mo how much you have grown. So I would say that pageantry has taught me to not, na hindi damdamin talaga masyado yung toxicity around you. I really learned how to let go of things. There are a lot also of yung emotions of injustice na parang, this person treated me so bad before, pero how come they're still getting far in life? Like, it was rewarding them.
I know. You know, oh my God, that's me all the time.
Feeling ko
me
nga,
all the
ang dami
time.
nating similarities.
Yeah.
Kasi parang when I listened to your podcast, I was like, parang pareho kami ng strength ng personality
Sabi ko,
ni Dai.
parang bakit nare-reward kayo sa mga kamalian na ginawa nyo sa ibang tao? Sabi ko nga, I struggle with forgiveness eh.
Yes.
But kasi sometimes you think na, they always say, what goes around comes around. Karma will come. You just have to wait. You just have to wait. And I'm like, bakit ang tagal? May mga moments. May moments ka na parang, pero bakit ang tagal? Yun yung tanong ko lang ha. Pero bakit parang ang ganda naman ng life nila? But again, you really don't know what happens closed doors.
Yes.
Baka that's what they portray.
Pero I realized that, na parang yun pala, they would do it for themselves. Like yung karma na yon. Like kung ano yung na-experience mo, hindi kailangan manggaling sa'yo kasi for sure ma-experience ng ibang tao. And then, darating sa certain point, kasi diba, it's so hard to accept things and to forgive people if it wasn't from your own hands.
Yes.
Na parang justice was not. Parang kaya kong sabihin yung kwento, yung mga ganong bagay.
Kaya ko ipamukha sa inyo.
Yes.
Kung ano naman tao yan. Like,
Na parang,
oh my God.
girl, there's more to be said. Para it means more na silent yung mga ibang tao kaysa sa mga taong
Tama yun. Tama yun.
Like, mas matakot ka sa taong hindi nagsasalita.
Yes.
Oh my
Ibig
gosh.
sabihin sila may alam talaga.
Yes.
Alam ko yan because my mom is like that. She's always quiet. And she only talks when talagang involved na kami. But she says, you know, I choose my peace eh. I know the truth. And the person that's barking, it means meron sila, they're hiding behind the ghost eh. It's more of like, kailangan kong ipaglaban yung sarili ko kasi alam ko ako yung mali. So, kailangan kong i-change yung narrative sa kanilang lahat na siya yung masama, ako yung tama, uunahan ko na. Pero ang totoo, if you notice, yung mga tao hindi nagsasalita, it doesn't mean they're guilty.
Yeah.
It means that they don't wanna engage. Because if they do and they talk,
Lagot na talaga. Like, ito na
lagot
yung huling
kayo.
baraha.
Yes.
Pero tying it back lang, yun siguro feeling ko, that's why I brought it up, is yun yung feeling ko yung lessons, emotional lessons in pageantry, na I don't think a lot of people will find themselves in a situation like that. And you'll learn how to deal with emotions and people in that way.
yeah.
Diba?
Pag sa pageantry, I'm sure na-challenge ang mental health nyo lahat nung pageantry. Kasi syempre parang competition. You're in competition with each other. I kind of wanna know kasi I was so curious kanina. That's why I asked you, paano kayo naging friends ni Kat? Is it really hard to find friends in pageantry? Kasi at least kayo magkaiba kayong pageants nung time na yun eh. How hard was it for you to find, like, I'm sure yung pressure it got to you, so you wanna at least talk to someone who understands. And sino pa ba makakaintindi sa'yo kung hindi yung mga ka-contestant mo nung time na yun kasi you're going through the same thing. But then you don't wanna overshare because it could be used against you also. So how hard was it for you during that period or during that time to find friends or alam mo yun?
Honestly, it wasn't.
Oh!
It wasn't. I had a really strong girl group when I joined in
That's
2016.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with a lot of them also up until today. Pero there are just other girls na you don't get to be friends with kasi they're in a different mental game as you.
Yeah.
There are girls na siguro in competition mode. May mga ganun din yung tumatahimik bigla na candidates kasi feeling, yung mindset na yun na, oh, they can use it against me or I don't want them to have the upper hand, you know. Pero there are a lot of girls who really are there for girlhood.
I love
kasi
that.
you recognize na actually, that's one valuable thing I learned in pageantry.
Ayun, kasi nga, tinan mo ko as an audience, yun lang naisip ko eh.
Yeah,
Baka
yeah,
kaya
yeah.
hindi ka makahanap ng friends kasi ganon. But you just changed it totally.
Yeah, pero parang ma-realize mo that there are a lot of girls who also realize na hindi mo kalaban yung other women. And kalaban mo lang talaga sarili mo.
I love that.
And
I love that.
to be fair, kukunti lang yung kilala ko na talagang will see you as competition.
Yeah. What's your advice though to the people? Kasi the people that watch you look up to you and they feel, I want to be you. I want to be like you. I want to be a queen. I want to be perceived as the most beautiful woman. Syempre, I mean, let's face facts, tao tayo. May mga insecurities tayo sa buhay. So when you reach that level of your life, syempre you want to feel that high, that powerful, na parang gusto ko ganyan din ako. Ang ganda-ganda niya, yung ganyan. Like, what's your advice to those women who watch na parang talagang walang self-esteem? Yung very low yung self-esteem nila. Wala silang confidence even if marami silang ibubuga but parang dinidiscourage sila agad yung sarili nila.
I think self-esteem kasi and confidence is earned through the experiences you put yourself through. So you just put yourself out there talaga. And learn your strengths. It's really about learning yourself. Kung ano yung strength mo, dun mo i-anchor yung sarili mo. I think the whole theme for this, like yung mga confidence, alpha, female, is all about lumulugar ka dapat.
Yeah.
Like you know kung saan ka magpa-perform, saan ka mag-shine. Kasi alam mo, Danny, for the longest time in pageantry, tanggap ko na hindi ako maganda.
Hoy, sobra
Would you
ka.
believe that? Oy, promise.
Stop it, Nicole.
Promise. Ang daming
Napakaganda mo.
comments
Oh my
talaga.
God.
Ang daming comments na, oh, beauty of face, talo si Nicole, talino lang meron siya. So, I didn't feel bad kasi I took so much pride in being smart.
Stop
That's
it,
where
Nicole.
I put
Maganda ka.
value in myself. And I don't want to use the currency of beauty either.
Yeah.
Kasi beauty passes eh.
That's true.
And beauty is very subjective.
Brains are forever, guys.
Yes. So all yung brains, yung pagkatao mo, yung wisdom na share mo, how you treat people, dun ko pinuput yung value ko as a person.
I think I share the same experience with you. Since I have beautiful siblings, they always just say they're prettier, which is they really are. But I love that they always say I'm smart. I'm not as pretty, but I'm smart. I get you in a sense, but I like it. I don't take it also an offense. Na parang, if hindi ako maganda sa mata mo, okay na matalino ako. Kasi I take pride in that. Pinaghirapan ko yan. Alam mo yon, experiences ko yan sa buhay ko. And thank you for thinking I'm smart. Ganun na lang ang mindset ko.
Yeah, and you built your whole career on being outspoken and smart,
Yeah.
diba? And parang feeling ko it's a journey din eh.
Yes, it
Kasi
is.
dumating
It is.
yung part na, dumating yung point na na-realize ko na wait, I can be beautiful and smart. Na hindi ko na-realize before. So parang anchor yourself into one strength that you have. Don't underplay it. And then find your other strengths after.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah.
parang paunti-unti mong i-build up yung lakas ng loob mo.
Yeah. Kasi minsan ang mga tao, ang ginagawa kasi nila, they base their judgment or their mindset sa taong hinahangaan nila o sa taong pinapanood nila. That they kind of lose their own, they kind of lose who they are.
Yeah.
Yung parang hindi ka naman ganun mag-isip, pero dahil favorite mo sabihin, favorite ka nila, okay, I'll think like Nicole. But they don't really have the capacity or the maturity to think like you, or emotional intelligence to think of you, at to think like you. So, ang nangyayari is they lose themselves or they become unhappy. And we actually had an episode like this na maybe you're unhappy because you're running a different race. You're not running your own race. And with that said, I want to ask you, what does competition mean for you? It could mean a lot of things kasi to other people. The definition of competition or competing with each other can be different. For you, what does it mean? Anong ibig sabihin ng competition sa'yo?
Competition for me is really going against yourself and shining and creating your own light without dimming the light of others. Kasi if you have to, kung kailangan mo tumapak ng ibang tao just to have your own light, then you're not any better. Diba?
Amen, sister.
Oo, so parang you produce so much light for yourself that you are able to share it with others. I think yun yung pinaka challenge that you have to set up for
Yes.
yourself. Yun yung competition. Kasi hindi mo kayang hugutin sa ibang tao. Yung mabibigay mo sa sarili mo is something you have to decide for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Diba?
Tama. Conscious decision yun sa'yo
Yeah.
talaga. Kaya diba, minsan pag sinabi lang competition, this is about me. This is not about anyone. And that's the competition that alam natin na parang, hindi kailangan ko manalo, so I have to do whatever it takes to win. And then you kind of forget yung integrity mo, yung morals mo. It goes out the window. That's why I love that you said that actually pageantry is really about sisterhood, finding your sisters that could possibly be your friends for life, learning from each other, supporting each other. It's supposed to be women supporting women eh.
Yeah.
Not women against each other, or yes, you're competing, but you can also be friends.
Yeah.
Diba?
Actually, women, I don't want performance to be gendered nga eh.
Yeah.
It's
Amen.
just women and men for each other. Yun yung na-realize ko, especially with like social media right now. Before kasi siguro ang limited ng platforms available, like kunwari TV, ganun na parang if someone gets one role, nobody else can share that role. Pero now, like for example, Danny has her podcast and other people have this like other podcasts about empowering others as
Yes.
well. It doesn't water down the conversation. It multiplies it.
Amen.
Diba? Na parang, if I listen to Danny, I would want to find out what other people have to say about the same thing as well.
Yeah.
So parang sabi ko, you know what? It's the multiplicity of things na. Like it's not monopolizing on a conversation.
Yeah.
So the same way na parang you empower
Oh,
others,
tsaka
diba?
there's space for everyone.
Yeah.
Hindi mo kailangan hindi pwedeng, are you telling me na ikaw lang dapat ang nandyan? ang point nga dito is to influence, 'di ba? To educate, to help people. So, mas maganda if marami.
Yeah.
Marami kayong tumutulong. Kasi mas marami ang reach.
Yeah.
Kung ikaw lang mag-isa, 'di ba? Parang sobrang, for me, it's selfish.
Yeah.
To think, and it's so flawed to think that way, that you have to just be number one all the time and have that mindset na hindi, ako lang ang pwede.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's growth in that. There's growth in a lot of things. There's growth in being number 2. There's growth in defeat. There's growth in winning. Ang dami. There's growth everywhere.
As long as you see the potential of that growth.
Yes.
Because if you don't, my gosh, you're gonna be stuck.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, Danny, kasi parang you're one of the, you OG bloggers.
Yes.
I don't want to say I grew up watching.
Oh,
or
hello,
kasi parang,
grabe naman.
Girl, sino naman magka-batchmate tayo,
Oo,
di ba?
magka-matchmate tayo dito Wait lang. Oo, but
Pero
yes.
you were in the public eye ahead of me And parang feeling ko competitive sobra yung environment that time. Did you have a point in your life na yung parang you had to fight for a spot or keep that spot? Yung may pressure na ganon?
I feel like I just wanted to. Actually, the thing about me is I never conformed to the norm. Everybody was aesthetic and I wasn't. I stayed true to who I am, which I feel like that's why I stayed so long in the industry. Kasi that was the hit back then. Filters, making filters, having really good pictures, having an aesthetic feed, pareho yung color grading, yung outfits, kailangan pare-pareho or like there's colors involved or whatever. But it wasn't me kasi. Parang that's not who I am, and I cannot pretend that I can do that just so people will follow me. So if you follow me, it means because you like what I share. You like what I wear, you like how I do my feed, na kahit ang kalat-kalat ng feed ko, you still see my personality. You see me. And when you don't anymore see me, that means I've lost it. I've lost. Makapapansin mo, kung nag-follow ka na sa akin ever since, pag nakita mo nag-iba yan, ibig sabihin, ano nangyari kay Danny? Bakit hindi na pareho yung nangyayari? Parang hindi niya personality yan. Even with vlogging, like, I never used to vlog with makeup on. Bagong gising, naka-makeup ako. Hindi ako naka-makeup or nakapantulog lang ako. People have seen my weight fluctuate and I never really cared. It's more of like, this is who I am. Sinishare ko yung buhay ko. So kahit anong itsura ko, kahit anong estado ng buhay ko, that's what you get. What you see is what you get. That's always been me. That's always been what I chose to share. But it doesn't necessarily mean I cannot be friends with people that are like that or be friends with people that are just talented. Talented talaga sila. That's who they are And I actually like learning from them. It's more of, I just stuck to what I know. Hindi na ako nag-explore or nag-pretend to be someone I'm not.
Yeah.
Yun.
You know what? I when I met you 9 years
Yes.
ago.
Oh my God, ang tagal na pala.
Yeah, at an event.
Yes.
What really struck me was, kasi nung time, syempre Danny Barreto ka And the Barreto name, it has weight.
Yeah.
Pero I remember you saying hi to me, talking to me. Like, it was nothing. Kasi, and you were with your friends that time sa event.
Yeah.
Usually, parang we just stick to our friends.
Oo
Ganon.
nga. Kasi parang fashion show yun, di ba?
Oo. Tapos parang, I was just surprised na you were, sabi ko, you were so humble talaga.
I feel kasi that I've experienced na rin na they don't perceive you a certain way because they feel you're not approachable or you can't iba yung ugali mo. Hindi talaga very friendly kasi talaga ako. I talk to everyone.
Yeah.
I want to learn from people. Like when Kat said to have you here because you have a lot to say, you're very smart. I said, please have her here because I want to learn from you. That's why we get guests here. Like, I want to learn from you guys. Hindi ako makasariling tao kasi parang feeling ko if you refuse to learn from other people, you're gonna be so stuck with your life. You're gonna feel very one-sided. And I feel like that's why nag-iiba-iba yung perspective natin kasi iba-ibang perspective yung naririnig mo
Yeah.
Diba? So, ayun. But I'm so glad that I'm talking to you now on a different light.
Yeah.
Hindi na rin na parang event space na, hi, hello, how are you? At least ngayon, very deep na yung mga pinag-uusapan natin.
Yeah, oo.